Hi guys, Bob here, and Rebelle 8 is here. You might be happy to hear, you might not be happy to hear. It depends whether it's payday or not. Thankfully they have released this after when most people get paid, well, certainly in the UK, and you do get 50% off the price of it if you have a previous version, or if you've bought it recently. I think it's after May, a date in May, you will get the upgrade to Rebelle 8 free. So there is a cut-off date, and I'm sure if you were a few days before, you could maybe argue your case. I'll let you take that up with Escape Motions. However, in this version, we are looking at big improvements to the impasto, to the oils. And it's this inclusion of the bristle brush, as you can see on the screen. And if you go into the visual settings, you can see that when you turn on this real shader and the soft shadows, it makes quite a difference to the look of the impasto. A real big improvement. For those that love oil, this is a must buy in my opinion, to get that oil look and the textures that I've managed to do just in the 40-50 minutes time that I've had to play with this. I'm really impressed so far, and I'm going to be doing more videos on taking you through all the features of Rebelle. I probably will do my Rebelle full video that I did previous versions. I didn't do one for Rebelle 7, but there will be more. Now please stay tuned, because I have a big tip for the new features, and I haven't seen it anywhere on Escape Motion's website. I haven't seen it mentioned anywhere. I could be wrong, but stay tuned and I'll show you something cool that you can do with one of the features that they've added in. So I've just decided to work on this drawing. I did this charcoal drawing, I think, in Rebelle 7 back in December 2024. So about 6-7 months ago. Forgetting we're in August 1st today. So oil shaders and soft shadows, they've introduced these bristle brushes. And one of the nice features about the bristle brush is this colour alteration. So a colour jitter, as you might call it. There's width jitter and there's other types of jitter that you can get in the brush settings. But they've introduced these new brushes, and as you can see, every time you draw a new stroke, it gives you a slightly different colour. And this is really good for doing likes of blades of grass and forest scenes, where you can go for your base green and then have it jitter the colour off slightly using the tool. I'll show you how to do that shortly. So what else have they got involved here, or what have they improved upon? There is the introduction of the blowing tool having a strength to it. Before it was just like the one strength. There wasn't much control over the blowing tool, but they seem to have added it in. I haven't seen a major difference yet, but it does seem to give slightly better results, slightly more less samey results now, which I'm really pleased about. They've got some other things like web sockets and smooth scaling, some of the things in the background that maybe you need to be a wee bit more advanced to use. I don't use stuff like that mostly, but it's something I'm interested in. There was mention of I/O motion, something to do with animation. I'm interested in delving a bit more deeper into that, and if I find out some information or techniques, I will bring them to you. So let's get back to that tip that I mentioned. And what it is if you are using the different colour bristle brush, like I said, you're doing a blade of grass and you want different colours, one thing you can actually do is you can apply that to other brushes or other tools. So in my case, let's say take a pencil and you go into the brush settings as shown. You can then add the noise to the colour, enable it, and then you can change the hue, the saturation and the lightness, and you can go away from that base colour in pencils or any other brush. You just need to duplicate a brush and then add that feature in, and it is going to be quite revolutionary in my opinion for getting a drawing to look less digital, getting that colour jitter and getting more of the... I'm just excited by it, to be honest. I think it'll really add a wee bit more texture to my drawings and give me that capability without getting frustrated or using two colours and then it looks very samey. If you can get a random colour to just appear, it's certainly going to help with speed and texture to your drawings. Different colours, a bit more of a colour palette. Another feature that they have introduced is the complementary colours, or tri-colours, or quad colours. Now I did a video a while back on this, and you can see the tool that they've used in the corner of the colour area as indicated on the screen, and there's a little drop down comes down for complementary colours, and then that gives you the 3, the 2, the 3, the 4 colours down in the bottom right of the colour wheel. Really exciting, really good, really fast. I'm really pleased because I use complementary colours a lot, so not having to kind of guess where I'm going across the colour wheel, I can just click that button and it gives me that ability. The metallic paint is still there, and with the impasto it's looking really lovely. The really thick paint, it's looking really lovely from what I can see so far. So the complementary colours is there. You've got the scaling that was introduced previously, so you can do fractal scaling so you don't lose image quality when you make a canvas bigger. Colour harmonies, like I've mentioned, and one of the new tools that they've introduced is in the rulers tool, so you can bring up the rulers menu and get symmetry. Now it does appear to be a 2 mirror symmetry, and the icon almost indicates that you can do more, but I've not seen a separate menu appear for that. I don't know if it's a new feature they're going to add into or how they're going to do that. But then you can paint, like I think on their website they've shown some swans and different things like that. But I think they might add a 3 and a 4 symmetry at some point in the future, maybe with these updates that they're talking about, where it's now a kind of 1 year update license. Don't quite get my head around that. It sounds, I know there's a bit of controversy, and they speak controversy around the licensing. It sounds almost like subscription model to me, which it kind of makes me back away a wee bit. So yeah, just watch out for that. You get 1 year of free updates, and then I presume once the year's over, and I think it's after the official release. So the official release is maybe September, and then you've got a year from September of updates, and then you would need to pay a fee to get further updates following that. I don't quite get where they're coming from here. I think it is to help them with their business model. Yeah, I'm a wee bit confused on how that works, and I guess we'll wait and find out in the future. So yes, early access is available at the moment. This did cost me £65 approximately. And because I have Rebelle 7, I get 50% off. So if you've got a previous version of Rebelle, you do get money off. So it isn't as a costly application, but if you're getting that as kind of a lifetime license, you just might not get new features. I like it from that point of view. I don't like pay for a month, and then if you don't pay, you've no longer got access to any of the software like Adobe do with their systems. But just looking at this image, you can see the beautiful nature of the thick impasto, and especially those jitter colours. It gives us the capability to really kind of add a dynamic element, and especially drawing flowers and landscape type stuff. It's beautiful. That's all from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe and all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. And Wee Bob is out. Bye.